Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to part 2 of our look at the Rawrr Mantis, light electric dirt bike, new competitor to the Surron and Teleria Sting. The last video, we went over the specs and such, looked over silver prototype, the black prototype, strangely resembles the Surron, but looks sick. I like the frame. In this video, we're going to be looking at Hammy Moto, who is the first person to have hands-on riding experience with the Rawrr Mantis. From everything I heard from the video, it sounds like a powerful bike, and it's going to be a sick new addition to this category. And it'll be dope because the bike itself, the manufacturers are based out of LA, so it'll be sick to have an American manufacturers of electric bikes, at least for this category. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Going to be heading up this trail right here, which goes around the suburbs.
I will be linking Hammy's channel and the video in the description if you want to go back and watch the video yourself and watch the full video through. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Dude does some sick content.
Some nice steep hills, great place to test this bike out. Okay, so when you turn it on, the first thing you're going to see is this little P right here. Now, what that means...
Bruh. Hammy. Are you serious, bruh? You gotta drop the penis? Come on, dog.
Is that the bike is in park, which is kind of an equivalent of neutral on a normal motorcycle. So what you got to do to get it going is push that little button there, and it goes away. What you're going to do next is select which riding mode you want. You have sport and you have ordinary. However, what makes this bike pretty unique is that in ordinary mode, you have 3 choices of ordinary you want to pick. So you have 1, which is eco, 2, which is less eco, and 3 is let's kill all the dolphins and go ham. And then you have sport mode, which is extremely responsive, very talky bike, especially on a full charge. Be very, very careful with that sport mode, man. It's easy to loop this thing. I almost did it yesterday a couple times. You also have a little reverse mode, actually, so if you hold that button and twist the throttle, it'll reverse. Other things that you have here on the dash are some light switches, a horn, and indicators. Again, this is a prototype bike, so a lot of the stuff is probably not going to come on the first version of the Mantis. This is probably going to be for the road-going version. They are also going to be making a 72-volt version of the Mantis as well, which is going to be really exciting.
So, they have the stock version that's 62 volt or 60 volts. Then they're gonna have a street legal version of the Mantis with lights and such. Then they're gonna have a 72 volt version of the Mantis. I would presume also a street version of that. I'm fucking excited. Surron, bye-bye. But the bike is also supposed to be super customizable, just like the Surron. So you can switch the swing arm. You can change the front forks and handlebars. All the bearings. You can upgrade the motor if you see fit. Controllers. So on and so forth.
Anyway, that's enough boring talking. Let's get up this hill. See how much fun we have. Man,
well said, Hammy. Well said.
Fantastic. Heading up here. Nice. So, like I said before, this is the prototype version. They did ask me to be very, very careful with it. So, I am, as you can see. The first sensations I can tell you is that the front does feel very nervous. But that is possibly because of the tires on here. And the guys over at Rawrr said that one of the things they will be changing for the customer version of this bike will be the tires. So it probably won't feel the same as this. As a matter of fact, they were pretty cautious on letting me test this bike at all because, again, it's going to be completely different than the customer version. This has a bunch of stuff that isn't even going to be on it. But
by the way, I think with the review that I mentioned in part 1 of the video, part 1 of this series, I have images of what potentially could be the road going version of the Mantis Rawrr. And I would assume, or I don't want to make an ass out of me and you guys, but I would assume that these images would also be a closer indicator to what the customer's bike will look like. I will pop those up. You saw those in the thumbnail of the last video and this one.
Nevertheless, man, I really wanted to ride it and show you guys what this thing can do, because I like what they're doing. And it's awesome to see another competitor to the bike like the Surron, which is, I'm a new proud owner of a Surron. So I'm going to make some comparisons between this and the Surron.
The only logical choice. Man is very smart. You guys should definitely hit the subscribe button and the like button for Hammy and Manchild BW. It's well appreciated and it helps us out a lot. Back to the content.
Which is obviously what everyone is going to be thinking about when they ride this and see it. First off, difference I'm seeing is the riding position. The seat feels a bit higher, and it is, it's about an inch higher. And also the handlebars on the Mantis sit quite a bit lower. As you can tell, there's not really much of a stem there. So it's closer towards your hips and towards your crotch, which, I'll be honest, man, I don't think I really like that setup. I think it'd be cool if we had some risers on there.
I would like to mention real quick that they did in fact raise the handlebars on the customer version.
Yep. Again, chat, prototype. Thank you, Hammy, for being blessed to test ride this bike so we could get this information. Again, link to his channel in the description.
This feels a
and
lot
the
more like
Rawrr
a dirt
website
bike than a mountain bike, which is what the Surron feels like. This is also a little bit heavier, weighs about 120 pounds. This bike has a top speed of about 52 miles an hour. I didn't see this bike do that. I think possibly because it's just got a different setup than what the customer versions are going to have. But still, it's very fast, very torquey, and I am getting a little bit more used to the handling. So it's a ton of fun, man. I'm really enjoying this so far. It's smooth. It's a nice height, a nice size for a guy.
I will say one thing right here on the speedometer. I'm seeing it hit 60 and such, so it's definitely in kilometers off the rip. Being an LA or American based manufacturer, I hope the bikes ship with miles per hour. I'm sure it's an easy switch, but quality of life opportunity missed right there.
My height, I'm about 5'10", 5'11".
Also, he said some smart things. We'll scroll back. Look, 69 right there. It's definitely in kilometers. Tall riders will like this bike. You won't have to buy a riser kit for the bike. I'm 6'1", 6'2", on a good day, so I like that also.
It's a nice height, a nice size for a guy of my height. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". Yeah, beautiful bike. Lots of fun here. Like I said earlier, Rawrr is going to be an LA-based manufacturer, which is a good thing. That means you're going to be able to get parts directly from the United States. You don't have to import them from China or Alibaba. You're also going to be able to buy these bikes in dealerships across the country. Maybe motorcycle dealerships or bicycle dealerships. I'm not entirely sure yet. But that is also another exciting thing. And it's also cool to have a bike in the ultra lightweight dirt bike class, electric dirt bike class, to
in
be
America.
in the US.
Yes.
Because you got Segway, but that's basically a Surron.
Yep.
And this is
And they're not
this is its own.
and they're not making Segway X260s or X160s anymore. There was a fallout between those companies, and now Surron is the only one with the rights to sell those bikes. I'm sure Segway is going to phase them out. If not, they're going to start changing. Because if you compare the X260 to the newer Surrons, there's definitely new things that they put that they're not putting on the X260s.
Own thing. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the Mantis.
So yeah, that was the riding footage. Shout out to Hammy Moto. I have a link to his channel in the description. But like I promised before, here are the images that I was asked to look at. I personally chose the white one. That was the one that I liked. I like the contrast of the white. It's very visible. It's not going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult to miss this bike. But if you look at the original, let's see, where's it at? The original frame of the bike, there's a dip in the seat right here. And then when you go into these images, those dips are gone now. Obviously, there's lights and a license plate. You can see the light right here. And then reflectors. This is definitely a concept for the street going version of the Mantis. I would only hope that this is also, or this would be the customer version exactly, if not a little bit different. But it would only make sense, even if you are riding it off-road, to ship the bike with headlights and tail lights. So when you're riding and if someone's behind you at night, you can see. But I don't know. Maybe they want to sell the lights separately and get money that way, but I digress. But these images, I like these images. These images are sick. The black one looks dope. Here's a top-down view of the bike. The black and green is a little much for me, but, you know, I like the white one more anyway. I'm definitely digging the full front motocross fender. And this long plastic part, I'm sure a lot of people don't like it, but it's cool because it's going to help block all the bullshit getting thrown on you. So that's dope. That's super dope to see. But yeah, this is the Rawrr Mantis. If you guys are excited for a new alternative to the Surron and the Teleria, hit up their website. Put your reservation with $110 down. From what I'm understanding, all the information that I've gathered, it seems like as of right now, the bike is priced at $100 down for the reservation. With tax, it's like $110. Then the total for the bike is $4,999. That could go down $1,000 or up. But I definitely know, or I saw from Hammy's video that, and another person's video, that the 72 volt version will probably be priced somewhere around $5,999. But don't quote me on that. Things can change. But if you want one, save your pennies. Gather those cushion treasures and coins and such. Save them up. Because next year, Surron's going to have a new rival to deal with, and this thing may change up everything. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. We could possibly have a affiliate link here in the future with this company. So stay tuned for updates. Until then, be breezy, never sleazy, but always stay cheesy. Peace, guys.